the new legal, Crazy Lou Gaming, the Dominican Republic, the United States of America.
Because I'm already seeing people that just a couple of months ago were like, nah, bro, those Xbox games, Indiana Jones, that shit's not going to PS5. Keep port begging. But you know what? We fucking will, because it's working. Keep port begging. But you know what? We fucking will, because it's working. Keep port begging. But you know what? We fucking will, because it's working. Little did those people know. The more they told us to keep port begging, be careful what you say, man, because people did. People did continue to port beg. And look at what happened. Microsoft straight up came out on stage. They didn't even try to hide it. They didn't put that shit in a blog post. They didn't announce it afterwards on Jeff Keighley's Gamescom stage. They were like, yeah, it's coming to PS5, guys. So we will keep port begging.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Lou, I got a mic, man. Take that mic. Start us out, Lou, because I'm going to finish this race tonight, baby.
Oh, you sure?
You sure? Tonight, we got some things to say,
God.
Man. We got some things to say.
Man, fam, I'm hyped. I mean, right before we started the show, I was like, let me just get it up just in case, nothing bad happens if I haven't installed it and everything. And yes, everything was installed. Everything was right. Everything was on that dot. I went through the training, man, and that Omni movement, baby, famo. I am hyped. I mean, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go shooting guns blazing and destroy everything, famo. That's what I'm ready to do. I'm ready to do that, famo. Oh, my God. That Call of Duty feels great. It moves great. We're going to have a lot of fun with that game. We will. And watch a bunch of shooters start changing that method. Running to the side, running left, running left, running backwards, laying on the ground, face up, looking everywhere. Oh, my God.
Lou's ready to play, man.
I'm ready to go, fam. I'm ready to go. But before we go, though, fam, we got lots of stuff to talk about. I mean, we got Concord on what's happening with Concord, fam. We also got to talk about Tencent because I keep on saying, why ain't no one talking about Tencent? Look at that power move they did, famo. That power move they did, which we're gonna dive in with that. And also, famo, Square taking away. I'm giving away. Square saying bye-bye to being locked down with exclusivity. They're gonna go down and start putting games over there on Xbox just to maximize some sales. Oh man, a lot of stuff happening this week with everything going on over there on Sony land. And not only that, famo, not only that, did Sony make a shady deal? That is a question that we are asking, not only us asking, also the media is asking, is there a shady deal going on? Is it 100% confirmed? I mean, with everything that goes on with that, we're going to talk about it, famo. So, famo, I'm all set, ready to go. I hand you the mic. Start talking, famo.
Crazy Lou.
What's up, famo?
Throughout this week,
yep,
I've been listening, I've been watching, lurking, getting my laughs on, making my little posts and getting my laughs on, listening to comments, getting my laughs on, right? People are out here acting as if they don't understand why Concord isn't selling.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Concord released a trailer last year, 2023, people. If you watch that trailer, there's no way you would have thought that game was a 5 versus 5 hero shooter game. There's no way there's absolutely no way you would have took from that trailer and knew that. From that day forth, they went all the way around, almost a year. Nobody on the donkey side of things asked for Concord, knew anything about Concord, never heard of the game. Right?
Well, Famo, let me correct you on that. They knew something. They kind of knew something because they were predicting in their minds that it was going to be the Starfield killer. Don't forget about that, Famo. But keep on going.
I was getting to that point.
Oh, okay.
I was getting to that point, Lou, before
okay.
you.
Sorry about that, Famo. Sorry. I just had to add my 2 cents. Sorry about that.
They sat there, Lou. That's right, because you're actually advocating my statement when I said there's no way you would have looked at that trailer and thought that it was going to be that. Everybody thought that that game was going to be a sci-fi kind of game, whether it was a shooter, whether it's space explorer. We didn't know, but the last thing we were thinking was that it was going to be a 5v5 hero shooter. That's the last thing anybody was thinking. So as the months kept going by, Lou, PlayStation fans didn't hear a word out of this game. They didn't know what to do with this game. This game, like you said, was automatically drifting on the description of being a Starfield killer. It was going to be their definition of Starfield, and it was going to be their exclusive, and that was that. There was no argument because everybody that saw that trailer was like, okay, yeah, maybe they got a sci-fi shooter. No argument. Let's wait and see what it's going to be, right? Months and months and months and months and months go down. State of the Play comes out. Shows a bunch of nothing, and they're letting their fans know that, finally, we're going to let you guys see what Concord is all about. Now, mind you, Lou, that all this time, nobody's even seen anything about this game. So now here comes the reveal, and it's a 5v5 hero shooter. Now, you fast forward today, and they talk about this game took them 8 years to make. I don't understand why people think that Sony doesn't copy other games. Let's go down that list, Snooki. Can I go down the list, Snooki? Since everybody wants to play dumb around here, but that's what I'm saying. You go to other places, they only going to give you 75%. We over here in Di-RRec Gaming got a responsibility. Our responsibility is to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us gaming. Before I do that, let me take a pause for a station for identification, and then we'll be right back. If you like what we're about, please subscribe to the channel. Make yourself at home. This is my man Crazy Lou on the ones and twos. I got my man Sanchez Gaming, Snooki Jackson. I got Xbox International. I got Stone King in the building. Get everybody else up in here. I got some viewers up in here. I don't know where y'all are from, but welcome. Make yourself at home. We're not going to be up here forever tonight, y'all. We got Call of Duty to play, but I had to come out here and tell the truth. Before this show is over, Crazy Lou is going to make an announcement. Lou, they sit here and act like Sony doesn't copycat. Let's go down the copycat list. Ghost of Tsushima is an Assassin's Creed game.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Horizon Forbidden West. What do you think that type of game is? Uncharted. What else? Spider-Man? Well, hell, it's just Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's been the same since Activision Blizzard.
That's it.
Activision Blizz. I mean, since they had it, I mean, when you play the last Activision Blizz game when it came out, and which was the Amazing Spider-Man 2, it feels the same kind of.
Feels the same.
Yeah.
It's nothing for Sony to make a game and take inspiration from other games to the hardcore level. Like, it's to the point where you just be like, damn, man, this game plays just like this game. Metroplex gaming in the building, famo, I see you. And so you got people out here that just want to act like that don't exist. And that's fine. You can act like it don't exist. But the problem is PlayStation fans didn't even like the game. Okay? At some point, you have to recognize that PlayStation fans did not like the game. When somebody doesn't like a game, it doesn't make them toxic. It means they don't like the game. See, there's an unbalance going on, right? My man Ram Phonicus. Wow, man. This is an old friend of mine. He doesn't really show up that much, but this is one of the first Sea of Thieves legendary players, man, who gave me a chance back on Mixer Days to record him. And man, this guy was a Sea of Thieves king. I mean, this guy showed everybody how to get maps, find treasures. He did everything. He did all the walkthroughs, and he did it on Di-RRec Gaming. And I'll never forget that, Rap. It's good to see you, man. And because I don't see you all the time, I'm going to read out your text. I don't know what you're talking about. All of the Sony ideas are completely original from the person that had them originally. Hey, best voice ever, brother. Exactly, man. It's good to see you, brother. I hope everything is going good for you down in the UK, man. I hope all those classes, I know you went back to school. I hope everything's going good with you. You and your wife. I love y'all, man. Y'all already know. They have a history of doing these things, right, Lou? So the PlayStation community looked at this and they said to themselves, you know, it might look cool, but you're telling me to pay for something that looks worse than Overwatch that I don't have to pay for. Now, mind you guys, I'm going to give my flowers to my guy over here, Crazy Lou Gaming. Crazy Lou Gaming saw that game, and he, with his own eyes and his own conscience and his right mindset, knew that that game was going to be a problem. But he quietly came on YouTube, had a lot of patience with people, and said, listen, PlayStation fans, you're not doing well with buying the games. You're not doing well supporting these devs. Y'all do a lot of talking. So I can see that if you don't support this game, this is going to end up being a bad thing. You need to get out here, at least try it. Stop listening to everybody. Play the game. Make a good assessment. But at least show Sony that you're willing to engage, right? I was there. I saw you. You're not one of the people that some of these people just assume all the gamers came out attacking this game. That's wrong. Lou, you was one of those that didn't. You try to uplift that community with that game. Lou, I said, Lou, the problem is it's $40. Lou, I was hard on it. I said, Lou, it's going to die. It's going to die. For one, it's going to die because they didn't ask for it. 2, there was no hype. 3, $40. They're done. I said, the characters look whack. You got a guy out there that looks like Cam Newton. You got pronouns out here that, you know, they focus on the wrong things, all right? They focus on the wrong things. And for people to sit out here and act like, because I saw people, there were some people out here just trying to force people to get it. Like, you should just get it like that. Listen, I have to commend, and you know I do it. I commend PlayStation fans when they're acting real. This is a situation where PlayStation fans were acting real. And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that because Concord ain't selling. I'm saying that is because PlayStation fans saw the game, didn't like the game, spoke within their own fan base, and didn't support the game. It had nothing to do with Xbox fans. Shouts to Mike Jackson. And that game had absolutely nothing to do with Xbox fans.
Mm-hmm.
This is a PlayStation fan problem. But is it really a problem? No. See, this notion that we're not consumers, this notion that we can't decide on if we like something or not, that's what has to go. People want to sit up here and talk about now they're see, it was funny, Lou, is that I remember when they traded the word opinion for lies. Oh, well, it's just our opinion. No, bro, you're out here lying. There's a difference between lies and opinion. A lie is saying, Lou, I can run 100 miles per hour. An opinion is, Lou, that picture back there looks very nice.
Thank you.
How do we get an opinion out of me running 100 miles per hour? I lied to you. No human being can run 100 miles per hour. I just blatantly lied to you.
Famo, I can't agree with you with that one, Famo. Can't agree with you with that one. I'll tell you why, Famo. I mean, when you got the runs, man, when you got them runs, man, you're not gonna go 100, you're gonna go 300 miles per hour when you got them runs, man. When the bus says I'm going, you running. I mean,
Hey Lou. Hey Lou.
What's up, Famo? I just had to throw that one in there.
Hey Lou.
What up?
That was a good one, but look, man, for real. No. That was funny. No, but that's a lie. I'll tell you another word they hijacked. Console war. They took the word console war. Right, I know, man. They took the word console war, Lou, and traded it so that they can do what they do every day, be stupid and silly, so they can pitch it to us as gamers. Shouts to Mr. Keem in the building. They did these things so that they can keep on going about what they do. Now, listen, y'all. I've been gaming since the early 80s, man. I know what a console war is, all right? It's not what you see online. That word has been hijacked. Console wars have nothing to do with sales. I've said this again. Console wars is just a very great discussion. 30 below, what's good, baby? Between gamers that have different consoles, and they're discussing about what the consoles can and cannot do. That's the console war. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? It has nothing to do with what you see on social media. Now, the third word that's being hijacked is truth. Now, if you're spitting the truth out here, you're being toxic. Do y'all not see where the power lies within y'all? The power lies within you, the gamer. Listen, you might love a platform. I've told y'all way back in the days, I don't trust influencers like that. Anybody who has been influenced by companies cannot be trusted 100%, because they're going to be told what to do or what to say if they want to maintain their status of getting free games, review codes, little gifts here and there. They're like little gifts. They don't get nothing major. They just get these little gifts. It'd be different if they was getting $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 for doing this type of crap. I mean, straight up cash put in their hands. That's not what's happening. Some of them get to go to shows. Some of them don't. I mean, I understand. But you get tainted a little bit because you can't always go with what you feel. So I don't really look at them and really fault them on how they act. It's a business. So this is how I act. It's not a business. I'll let the streets tell it. I don't mention names. Y'all already know what the deal is. They play and they play and they play until things don't go their way. When things don't go their way, they direct the focus back on the streets and they start making up things that don't exist. Listen, we are the consumers. We can say what the hell we want to say about any video game. All right? I didn't hear not one of y'all go after the dev from Concord and tell him about himself when he called us names. I've always said this, Lou, that change starts from the top. Now watch this, Lou. He called us talentless freaks. That's what Lou, change starts from the top. So let's talk about let's give an example of change starting from the top. There's a book that you open it up, you'll learn about a person who is a Lord and Savior of mankind, right? You read about a God who allowed human beings to speak on their behalf, to do the statutes and the decrees that he had bestowed on them. And when they could not do it because they are humanly impossible to do it because they're not a God, how did the real change come, Luke? From the throne down. The presence of the throne came down and dwelt amongst the human race. Because when you won't change, it comes from up high. So you down here in the dirt where we at, the consumer, the one that controls every company's destiny. Listen, investors control these companies. All right? The ones down at the bottom. You're going to tell the people that have to buy these games what to do. It doesn't work like that. The people down here tell you what to do. We either like it or we don't. I don't care about social media and what people put on social media. Social media is not a real place. Some people are grown and they can do whatever the hell they want to do. You can judge them all they want to. But I'm not going to sit here and try to rationalize that people on social media are actually acting the way they act in real time. I'm not even going to try to convince myself on that. Just like I'm not going to try to convince myself that everybody that puts a quote on Twitter X is the realest quote ever to be heard from. It's not real. Concord is failing because Concord gave people a wrong perception of itself as the game. I wouldn't put it all on the dev, but I'm putting more on Sony for the lack of marketing. You went all that time without even showing anything about it. You put a trailer up that looked like Starfield. It reminded you of a space sci-fi shooter. You had everybody out here calling it the Starfield killer, so we can stop pretending like we don't understand what went wrong. You can't make somebody play a game they don't like. That's just the bottom line. Now we're going to get off of that and send Concord its final farewell. Look at it now. So, like I said, how many games are going to have to fail in order for people to start talking real about PlayStation and its failures with the video games that it's put out? When are we going to do it? So let's count it. Foam Stars, that's 1. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that's 2. Now look, Luke, I'm not saying they flop. I don't have to. The devs, the studios said these games did not meet expectations. They flopped. These are the corporations that said it, not me, okay? Now, Foam Stars, that's why it's free to play now, because it flopped. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, flop. Rise of Ronin, flop. Stellar Blade was not stellar. Helldivers 2 did not put out a lot of hell. Concord, flop. 6 games out of 6, 2. 4 out of 2. It's not good, bro. When are we gonna admit that Sony's been piss poor? Forspoken wasn't this year though, Mr. Kima. That's why. But he has a point. Because I did say how many games have to flop. So you do have a point. Forspoken, flop. No, Final Fantasy Rebirth didn't do well, Mike Johnson. Go look it up. Go look it up. Go look what Square Enix had to say about it.
Yep, they took off. That was the final straw. They took off. They said, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm sitting here. That was their final straw. They give it one more chance.
And that was it.
That was it. They're out. They're out.
Nope, Mike Johnson. Nope. Actually, Concord was the only one that died. It never did flop. It didn't put up numbers.
Died. There's a difference.
It's DOA.
DOA, dead on arrival.
Yeah, it was dead on arrival.
So is that
but all right, a flop is still a flop, but if we want to get details. So when are we going to admit that Sony's been on a horrible gaming spree, and it's been a 2-year situation, but this year is the worst. This year is absolutely the worst. Last year they had at least Spider-Man, but this year it's just been horrible. And look, what is it? The other one, the one that's a Baby Feet or whatever it's called, Baby Steps, right? Flop. You can already see flop written all over it.
It didn't even come out.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike on the PlayStation side. On the PC side, Hellblade did good. It didn't flop on the PC side.
I mean,
PlayStation side.
If you look on, you're talking about Hell. Now he means Hellblade 2, not
Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2.
Helldivers 2 is the one that did good, but on the PC side. Now Hellblade 2 is the Xbox one. You gotta confuse.
Look. Let me show him something. Hellblade 2, right? The notion that Hellblade 2 flopped, I can understand that because people think that nobody was playing it. All right, so let's go check and see if nobody was playing this game. Let me type it in. Let's look and see. And also, I'm glad you mentioned Hellblade 2 because a lot of people didn't do their research on Hellblade 2. When Hellblade 2 came out, Mike, it was the only single player game amongst a bunch of first and third person shooters. Okay. It was flooded with that. They looked at that and they saw rank 23, but it was amongst all the shooters. And it was the only single player game in that area. Right. So when you look at that, you say, well, they're playing their games. They're playing their Fortnites and all these other games. So when they put those games down, they were going to Hellblade. How do we know this? Because we're going to look right here. I'm going to pull up my progress. I beat the game. I'm going to go to the end. The very end is 17.95%. I'm going to go to the one right under that, 18.62%. I'm going to go to the next one after that, the Storm Calm, 19. Do you see this, Lou? 19.35. Let's get closer to the Return of the Earth, 22.63. Let's go to the Hidden World, 26.32%. Let's get somewhere around the halfway mark, 35.93%. So people are playing Hellblade. Then we get the report about Ninja Theory. And Ninja Theory went up 3 million with this game in hand. So people were playing this game. Starfield didn't flop. The average player played 40 hours on Starfield. Starfield sold well over 10 million on PC, and it sold 7 to 8 million on Xbox. Forza Motorsport has never been well, not since its beginnings, but as it's been lingering, as long as it has, just the sim, it hits around 1 to 3 million now. That's a normal situation for Forza Motorsport. Now, if Forza Horizon did 1 or 3 million, you could call that a flop. But Forza Motorsport isn't even flopping because let me tell you something, Mike Johnson. In the top 10 games of Xbox, do you know that Forza Motorsport 4, Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Horizon 5 are in the top 10? All 3 racers are in the top 10. That was last week. So let's look it up today. Let's see what it says. Okay, let's see. Of course, we're going to see Call of Duty. Let's go there here. Let's look. Let me see if I can find. Oh, there it is. Forza Horizon 5. You see, let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. It might have fell out of that. Yeah. Let's see. Did it fall out of the grace factor? Yeah. Well, Call of Duty's here now. Sea of Thieves is still in there. Starfield. Okay, you said Starfield flop, right? There's a good one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23. Starfield's in the top 23. And matter of fact, people are playing Starfield more than they are the First Descent. It's playing more than Baldur's Gate, playing more than Atlas Fallen, Ark Survival, Fallout 76, Madden 24, Halo Infinite, Skyrim. You know, the thing that I like about Xbox Top is that you see nothing but Xbox games. You got Halo Master Chief Collection, which is awesome that it's still being played. You see Sea of Thieves. You see Halo Infinite. You see Fallout 4s. You see Starfield. You see Diablo. These are all in the top. You see Forza Horizon 5. You don't see that. You see Minecraft. You don't see that on the PlayStation side of things. All you're going to see over on the PlayStation side of things are third-party games. And that's facts. So PlayStation fans are not, I wouldn't say they never have, but as of today, they're not spending money on their video games. They're not spending money definitely on their exclusives. They're buying consoles, but they're not generating much for Sony, and Sony's got to make some changes. Yep. Now, we're looking at Sony.
The thing is, though, famo, and I keep saying this, right? I keep saying this. Y'all need to stop focusing on what Xbox is doing. Y'all need to focus on what Sony is doing. I keep saying this again and again and again.
Facts.
And I'll repeat what I say on the morning shows, and I repeat it everywhere else. What's killing PlayStation is the media and its fans. Because you know what? You know what happened this week, Mike Johnson? Let me tell you what happened throughout this whole week. What was the biggest news about this whole week? The biggest news about this whole week that just went by. I was seriously sitting down, looking for information, digging through some stuff to see what's going on. But the biggest news this week was everyone focused on the whole Wukong situation. This is a game that came out, what was August 20th? Last week, right? August 20th. Let's see what the date is. The 20th landed on a Tuesday. We're still in the 30th, and they're still talking about Wukong. I know it's a popular title. I get that. But what was the main focus of Wukong? Was it how good it was? Was it how great it was? Was it all this stuff? No. Well, the main focus on Wukong this whole week, everybody dedicated themselves. Let's talk about why is it not on Xbox. That was everyone's focus. While we have a Concord out there that's been doing miserably, doing bad, right? On Monday, they came out, tried to promote it, tried to do the best, to get people to jump on it. Hey, let's go play this game. Hey, this game is great. They started all this stuff. But over the weekend, though, right? That's not true, Mike Johnson. Sorry about that. That's not true because there's already an article by WFTCC Tech, and they actually said this. Let me read it for you, buddy. Hold on. Let me what the title is about, just in case. Let me see what the title is about, just in case. Hold on. Let me find it because I have it right here. Wait up. Give me one little second, man. 1 little second. Send it to my best friend about it. Hold on. This is what the FTCC text says about this. Here you go. You ready, Mike? Oh, my God. Now you're going to say names. Black Myth Wukong uses AMD FSR2 over TSR on PS5, likely due to old Unreal Engine 5 version. Xbox Series S likely won't be challenged by the game. You hear that? So that means the Series S can run that game smooth as butter. That's what they're saying right there. It won't be challenged by the game. That's what they said. I'm not joking you. I can send you the article. You can DM me, and they say right here in this article, it won't be challenged. So, Mike Johnson, like I said, everybody has focused on this subject. Nobody has focused on what's happening out there. Why? Because they're trying to hide what's going on with Concord, right? They're trying to hide what's happening with Concord. But a lot of people, right, is sitting there watching with their eyes open, just sitting there watching, just relax watching how Concord is doing. They keep posting pictures. They keep posting stuff. They keep some media outlets are actually writing about, okay, Sony lost $200 million by making this game. You know, oh my God, what are they going to do? I have seen a couple media outlets talk about this, but the main focus of everyone was Wukong. And why is it on Xbox? What's happening over here? Because it's funny. If you sit down and you go through the history of Wukong, right? The story behind Wukong started, I think it was 3 or 4 months ago, when someone went out there to ask somebody from Xbox or a reliable source, because it's always a reliable source. Let's say the some dude, because that's what they always say, the some dude. I mean, I want to meet this some dude. I want to talk to some dude. Some dude sounds like, you know, he knows a lot of stuff, right? But sometimes some dude nails it, sometimes he doesn't. So some dude goes out there and says this. He says that it's they did like an exclusivity type of deal. That's where it began, right? Game releases. 4 days later after the game release, it comes out that the Series S is the actual problem. Then I saw an article about what was it? Oh, Suicide Squad, and they started to mention all the other devs that had the issues and yada yada yada. Because again, I said this morning. I said if the Series S was a problem, there's 1,000 games out there. I don't know how many there are. I'm just setting up a number like 1,000 games out there. So if the Series S, it had issues. Let's say, I'll give you this example, right? 600 games fail on the Series S and 400 are working fine. Then the Series S has a problem. Now, if you have 900 games, that's not 900. No, let's go 980 games working fine, and only 20 they had like a little bit of a problem to put the game in the S and all this stuff. Only 20. Then the Series S is not the problem. You guys don't seem to get that in through your heads, because it's amazing. Y'all think that Series S is a problem, but wait, look at all these games that have released. At least once a year, or one time a year, or 2 times a year, we hear people say something about the Series S. At least once, one dev comes out. It's because they had an issue with something that they couldn't figure out. Like, for example, Baldur's Gate had the issue with split screen. I know Dying Light have an issue with something, and they went in there and fixed it right away. So Dying Light, can perform good. Dying Light 2. I think there was an almost Suicide Squad. I couldn't read about it because every time those things come out, I'm like, people are going to go this and switch this and do whatever they want. So yes, that was the second thing that came out, was the Series S problem. The third that came out was that the devs came out and apologized. They said this is not a problem, Mike Johnson. Then Mike Johnson, okay, then why is everybody skipping Nintendo then? Why isn't there any games on Nintendo, third-party games, huh? I'm asking this question because out of 40 games that come out in the year, there's only one game that actually probably has a little problem because they couldn't figure it out. So again, let me continue with my story, right? You got, I was talking about the Desert Wukong. They came out and said this, right? Because then, oh yeah, I gotta mention this. Ecstasies went around and asked what was going on, what happened to Wukong. Ecstasies got a response that was supposed to be a memory leak, something that happened. Yet on the bottom of that part, he added that even Xbox sat with them, did 2 tests, and did not meet his quality standards. That was the second one. That was the third one right there. Then we see on August 27th, not the August 27th from the Terminator movie. No, we're talking about August 27th, right? Or is it August 20th? I keep confusing the dates, but yes. We see on August 27th, Paul Tassi goes out there, writes an article where the devs say this. Oh, it did not meet our qualities in order for it to release. That was the next one. And now, all of a sudden, yesterday, right? we go back again to the Shady deal. We go back again to this. I mean, how much spinning are they going to do with this game? How much spinning are they going to do? I mean, all I keep hearing is bad news, bad news, bad news. It's always tried to shade on Xbox, but nobody this week has sat down and say, okay, let's talk Concord. Let's see what we can do. Hey, Sony, what are you going to do to deliver? Hey, Sony, what's going to happen to you guys? I mean, this Concord is a flop. What's going on? I mean, seriously, what the fuck is happening? Nobody's doing that. All they're doing is, like always, they got to hush. They got to hush, see how the game goes. Let's see if it continues forward. With Starfield, till to this day, they keep on writing articles saying it's empty. There's nothing to do. It's a flop. It's this, is that. Mike Johnson, did you play Starfield? Answer me that question. Did you play Starfield? I know I did. And let me tell you something. I have never landed on a planet that I did not have nothing to do on that planet. It could be a moon. It could be something I landed there. It could be empty. But if I run around a little bit, all of a sudden I find a base. It's probably got a couple bad guys or stuff I got to explore. Or a spaceship lands. I can hijack their spaceship or fight the bad guys. I have never seen a planet that I just sit there and just chill, because there's always something happening. That's the thing. There's always something happening. Always. So, like I said, the whole spin around with the whole Wukong thing, for me, as I sat down, thought about it and everything that's going on, I did a lot of digging after the whole Shady deal came out. I was trying to find some marketing over there, pictures in China. I've seen a couple that have a PS5. I've seen a couple of things, but the company has not come out and said anything, nor Game Science, nor Sony, which are the ones that have come out and say something. Now, if they come out and said, no, there was no deal made, these guys say, no, it was no deal made, then if they do come out and say that. But we haven't heard any response from none. So let's see what happens. Let's see what comes out. And that's how it is. If we don't see it, then okay. Everybody's going to keep on predicting and throwing stuff out there and saying it's from a reliable source. It's happening. Oh, yeah, this and that. I don't know. Like I said, it's been just a crazy, crazy thing going out there, spinning this thing around too damn much. But the real problem is, because y'all are focusing on Wukong, but the real problem is right now, your greatest console, the one you love and adore, the one you kiss their feet, the one you enjoy, the one you love, the one you praise, the one you put candles in front, has a game from their first party studios that was a major flop, and you guys are not confronting Sony with this. That again, did you listen to what I say, Mike Johnson? Look, again, I repeat myself. I don't know if you heard me. I told you the story about how it spin. Now, from what we're all happening in the beginning, we're back to that one again. Now, until the company does not confirm, either Sony or Game Science, Mike Johnson, I'm still out here waiting. I'm not going to be saying, yes, they did a shady deal. They did something wrong. No, I'm just saying what media has been saying. Now, for my opinion, personal opinion, I'll wait till the company talks. And when they talk, if it's true, okay, bad on you. You got Microsoft. You got to sit down and rethink your strategy about what's going on, because if they're going to keep on doing these shitty deals like this without you knowing shit, y'all better do something about it, right? Because we're going to call them out for that one if that's actually true. We're going to sit down and tell Microsoft, hey, listen, you better change something. This ain't looking good. Or you got to either push them to deliver something or change something. I mean, like I said, I'm not confirming it. That is true. I'm saying I'm just waiting for the companies to come out and speak. That's what people's got to do nowadays. We got to wait for the company to speak, not from a reliable source. And if it's true, okay, cool. Cool. I mean, cool. I mean, if they say it, cool. If not, what can we do? What can we do? Mike Johnson,
Mike, we don't have a lot of great options, Mike.
Exactly. But here's the thing, though, Mike. Right? Here's the thing, though, Mike. At the end of the day, it's like how I told everybody. I wasn't here for the 3-day rumor run, the 3-day, 72-hour rumor run, the whole third-party thing, everything that went down, everything what's going on, and everything. I mean, that was just an insane. I heard that it went nuts. I was out in Germany. I was traveling. I wasn't here to talk to people here on the show or on my show. I was just not here when all this stuff happened. Now, if I was here, I would have told everybody, listen, matter of fact, let's do this. This is what y'all got to do. Wait till the company speaks. Once we hear from the company, then we'll get into it, you know? Then we'll get into it. That's how it is, man. I mean, if you don't wait till the company speaks, you're gonna listen to everybody making these rumors, these predictions, all these crazy stuff out here, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, is this true? Oh my God, is this actually happening? Oh my God, you know, everybody goes nuts about this." Just wait till they speak. When the company speaks, okay, cool. Well, they were right what they were saying. That's cool, but let's see how it turns. Me, I would have told everybody this is a business. Just like Phil Spencer said that in Gamescom last week, and I was happy he said that this is a business. I care about the health of Xbox. I care about the health of the hardware. I care about the health of all that stuff. So if he does care about that, and not only that, in 21, Mike Johnson, this man came out and said he wants to reach 3 billion players out there. Do you think they were going to reach it by just having his console exclusives? I'm sorry, bro. They're not going to reach it. And then we got Sony coming out there saying we want to reach millions of players. But how can you reach millions of players? By Sony? Just throwing your games out on Sony? That's not going to happen. You got to port your stuff out there in order to get those players to come up and focus. You know, see your games and love your games and buy your games. Because, Mike, these companies are hungry for money. And that's the truth. All of them are. Because they went nuts in 2020, buying all these studios, thinking that exclusivity is actually like the major thing. But Mike, once we saw Sony port one of their games to PC, that was an eye-opener right there for everyone. Sony opening up to other gaming places. I mean, other places where people can play games, which they're actually a competitor to them. They compete against them. PC gaming competes against them. Y'all might want to see like it's an open thing, but no, they compete against them. Because at the end of the day, Mike, you got a $2 to $5 grand PC sitting here. You're not gonna go out and buy You're not gonna go out there and buy a $500 console. You're not. It does, Cygnus, but it does if it's really successful. It does if it's really successful. That's the thing. It does if it does that. But the thing is, what makes an exclusive successful? It's a lot of things that need to happen. You know, you gotta meet your sales. You gotta cover the costs. You gotta make profit. You gotta go through a lot of stuff, right? And not only that, you also, like, for example, I keep telling you all, Sony's just not a video game console. Sony's a TV, all this stuff going around there. They got stuff they gotta pay. So if one part of theirs brings in the money, they're gonna pay all the other stuff. It's like how Jim Ryan said it, and this were Jim Ryan's words, not mine. He literally said, Call of Duty is what funds their games. So Call of Duty is what funds their games. There you go. That tells it right there. That's what funds their games. Their money they received from Call of Duty was for your first-party titles.
I heard people say that Sony needs to double down on first-party titles and put people back on the couch. Now, talk about taking us back 20-something years. You know, that I told y'all that's the problem. But here's another thing with stuff like that. See, that's what I said. When I see it on Twitter X, I don't really take it seriously because here's the problem. If their fans aren't buying games, if their fans aren't going to buy the services, we already know 50% of them dropped out of the highest tier. This guy, what? Mike, man, if you don't stop, bro. Look, we tried to fix the problem. Nah, man, look, stop. Jim Ryan somewhere, man. on a yacht chilling, man. He ain't worried about none of this stuff, man. The man's retired, living a good life.
And Mike Johnson, let me put it out there to be a bit scary because it's gonna be a scary one for you. What I'm about to say is a scary one. This man told them, let's retire you. And after he retired. You know what also he took with him? He took his shares.
There you go.
And when you see that a man was
Luke.
in front of a company,
there you go,
that gets retired, because we all know he was fired, though. They just said the word retired. You know, he's retiring. You know, he's outside of this traveling. That's what they told him to say. And after he left, if he believed in that company, Mike, he would have left part of his shares in there. But this man grabbed all those shares and said, I'm out. Have a good day. And what happened in February? Now we know why he took his shares, because he knew that was coming.
Lou, why do people? What's the most normal thing when you see people take their shares out of a company? What's the normal reason why, Lou?
What's the normal reason why?
Yeah, what's the normal reason why?
Because something bad is about to happen.
There you go. You can look, and people, if you don't believe that, you can just look that up. That's the most normal reason. But here's the funny part: Jim took damn near everything out there.
Exactly. They didn't leave nothing.
He didn't want to leave anything.
Nothing. He said, I'm out.
I'm out. That's not the normal. The normal would be you leave a little bit in it, but he's not even investing in something. Sony's not going in the direction. What it is what he's saying is, my money can grow more valuable somewhere else. So Jim Ryan doesn't even believe in the direction that it was going at the time. It doesn't have anything for you to see in the future. And you know what? That is absolutely correct. It goes back to why you don't have a pipeline, why you can't see anything. You don't have a legitimate pipeline of diversity games, big title games that are going to appeal to the PlayStation 5. Now, Cygnus, here's the problem. The PlayStation console was never an exclusive console. That got made up to fuse the social media's version of the console, starting with the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 3 was diverse. It had the same amount of games that 360, other than the exclusive console games that would drop. PlayStation 2, fighter games, all kind of multiplayer games on PlayStation 2. PlayStation 1, all kind of multiple games with diversity. Third-party power. So PlayStation, this notion that PlayStation, but listen, that man is chilling somewhere, man. I mean, his money's good somewhere. He took that money out of there and he had to put it somewhere else. So his money's good. Jim Ryan is not hurting at all.
Mike Johnson, real quick. Let me tell you real quick. You all praise Jim Ryan. And me, from the beginning of time that started podcasting, I've always said that man is not a guy to lead a PlayStation console. He's not. He's not the man for that. He's all out for money. That's what he did. He made the money. You know why he made the money? Because let me tell you a little trick, Mike. There's something I learned a long time ago. Listen, a president, for example, from a company, right? Just like Bobby Kotick, all them guys. Look what happened to Activision Blizz. Bobby Kotick has stock in Activision Blizz, and they made him president. What did Bobby Kotick do? He took what was the best things of Activision Blizz and just focused on that. For us, Activision Blizz had a shit ton of games for us to enjoy. But Bobby Kotick sitting there, all he did was, okay, let's just focus on Call of Duty. He grabbed all the studios and said, let's focus on Call of Duty. Let's focus on Call of Duty. Let's focus on Call of Duty. Let's do this. Let's do this. Forget about this game. I mean, I could go right now. If Bobby Kotick was still out there, I could go to him in charge and say, hey, listen, I have a game like Wukong, for example. A game like Wukong. Let's make this game. You know what Bobby Kotick would say? Do you think that's going to make us money? Like Call of Duty? I don't know, but it could be a big barrier. It's like, I'm not in the good situation. You know what I'm out here for? I'm here for the money. You go work on a Call of Duty and scratch that project. That's what Bobby Kotick did. Same thing with Jim Ryan. Look, guys, you got a Days Gone 2 coming out with a co-op. Can you imagine you guys having a co-op game over there? Keep on saying your single-player games, some of them can have a co-op. Some, like, for example, Spider-Man 2 should have been a co-op game. You, Peter Parker, Miles running around spinning webs and fighting all this evil would have been way better. For example,
read Mr. Kima's quote, man.
What did Mr. Kima say? Jim Ryan taking all his shares from Sony is an indication so how outside investors feel about the PlayStation brand.
That's absolutely facts.
Damn. Now this is why now we see Sony doing business talks. I have never seen Sony do business talks. They've done twice now this year. Sit down, converse with the people, you know, with investors, telling what they're gonna do and everything. Now they're doing. I'm like, why is Sony having this business? I remember I saw the first one, sat there for hours waiting for PlayStation talks. They talk a little bit about it, and then the second one that I did not know it came out, but it was out there. Home and Horse was sitting in there just talking about stuff. I'm like, what the hell is going on over there? Well, y'all gotta talk too much. Y'all talk too much. What's happening? When you see a company talk too much, Mike, you know what they're trying to do, Mike? I'll tell you this much: they're trying to get you to come here and invest. That's what they're doing. They're trying to get you to come here and invest.
You said something earlier. I'm trying to remember what it was about. Man, you were saying something about the Jim Ryan situation that had to do. Oh yeah, no, it wasn't just you. Here we go, right here.
It was the media. I mean, when Jim Ryan retired, everybody was like, "Hey, he made a lot of money for Sony." You know what he made a lot of money for? You want to know where Mike Johnson why he was focused on making a lot of money? I'll tell you why, Mike Johnson. I'll tell you why. You ready? When if he got kicked out, he grabs his shares and he's got a shit ton of money to live by. Shit, man. That's what I would do if I had shares in the company, if I was leading a project. Damn. That's what you do, man. Same thing with Bobby. Bobby did the same thing. That's why Bobby got his golden parachute at the end of the day. That's what you do when you got shares in them. 100%. Focus on getting those shares up.
It's easy to blurt stuff out, and it's easy to tell a company what it should do, right? But y'all gonna hate me because I keep telling y'all the truth about Sony's wallet. It's not healthy enough to sustain itself in the grand scheme of things. What I mean by that is exactly why Concord just lost $200 million. That's $200 million gone. Just gone, right? The problem with exclusivity games on PlayStation isn't because games are just coming out and they're exclusive. That's not it. The problem with PlayStation exclusivity games is they're one and done. See, PlayStation fans think, oh, I'll just get a game, we'll play it, and we finish it, and look, it's a success. The way Sony looks at PlayStation is, how long can we keep people on a platform with games? So they're looking at a game, let's say The Last of Us, right? And they're looking at how many people start off on the game to how many people just stop playing the game. The people who stop playing the game override the people that are playing the game. Shout out to my man Other Zink in the building, and thank you very much, brother. So if what I'm saying isn't true, I want people to start either agreeing with me or not. Uncharted, where is it? It's gone. It's gone. It's gone, Cygnus. It's gone. Why is it gone? Has no legs. I remember before it left, before it disappeared into the universe, they tried to do what? Make a multiplayer game out of it. They try to give you a battling aspect of Uncharted, make you run around with guns and all this other stuff, right? And what happened to it? It flopped. Because just because you make a multiplayer version of a game doesn't mean it's going to automatically succeed. You have to make great multiplayer games. You got to make it great. It's got to be at least as great as the campaign. It's got to make sense. It's got to be fluid. And from the looks of things, when I looked at that multiplayer game, it just didn't have it. It looked generic. These are the same things that they said about Concord. These are the same words. These aren't Xbox gamers saying it. These are PlayStation fans are saying it. And let me be honest, they were not lying. Lou, real quick, man, keep talking. I'm gonna put it in here. I'm gonna put that fact in here. Go ahead, take over just real quick, and I'm gonna come back to that.
I'm gonna do what now? What you want to put?
I'm going to put something into the chit chat. Go ahead and elaborate off of what I was saying. I'm talking about the fact that if what I'm saying is not true, right? Real quick, if what I've been saying is not true, then there would have already been a. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna put it like this: Destiny 2, where is it? Destiny 2 is broken up.
Shit.
Uncharted multiplayer, where is it? Gone. Faction never came to the light. So you're looking at these games. I'm serious. You're looking at these games and you're seeing Sony trying to figure out what can they do to make a multiplayer aspect out of it. They haven't been able to succeed. So what that's telling you is that there are steps to making a successful multiplayer game. I'm going to tell you because I'm an Xbox fan and I come from that community of multiplayer. First, the game has to be fun and it has to be an enjoyment for you to want to play it in the first daggone place. Second, it needs community so that you can build off engagement. 3, it needs hype. It needs great marketing. It needs to be shown like, man, if you're not playing this game, you're missing out. The FOMO aspect.
Yep.
And 4, you have to learn how to continue off of it. You can't just make a multiplayer game and leave it like that. The beautiful things about the Xbox multiplayer games is they're always adding to it as the days go. And that keeps it fresh, that keeps it new. But why do they do that? Because Chit Chat, they're able to retain a certain amount of gamers that make the word engagement relevant for that game. So as long as that game has a certain amount of hold on a player count, they can operate from it. They can do some damage with it. But when you don't have a community, you can't have a multiplayer game. That's the strength of the multiplayer game. And that's my judgment on the PlayStation community. I just don't think they understand how to retain one, Lou. More than just supporting it. They don't know how to retain it. See, Sea of Thieves has already been retained for them. Grounded has already been retained for them. See, those kind of games have already been retained. So Microsoft can ship those out because they know they have a retained Xbox fan base on those games. They don't have to worry about if another fan base comes in and don't like the game and step off. That game is going to keep on moving because it was formed on Xbox within its community. So that's what I wanted to get back to. The second thing I want to get back to, Lou, as we carrying on towards our end, games are getting expensive, people.
Yep.
I'm keep drilling this through y'all. We can say Microsoft, PlayStation, everybody has an exclusive problem, right? We can put this on PlayStation. Well, this is what they need to do. Well, listen, you got to make money to spend money. If y'all ain't out here buying Concord, but you want PlayStation to have this blockbuster AAA game, how do you think they fund it? Y'all already know that Call of Duty was making that possible for y'all. Call of Duty's gone. So you guys are going to have to come out here and support these games, whether you like them or not, on PlayStation, because now you're in a position to where Sony's just going to go ahead and abandon y'all thoughts and just say, listen, we're going to make some mobile games, some live service games, and we don't give a damn what y'all think because we got to do what's best for the company.
They got to keep it alive.
We're going to do what's best for Xbox at the bottom line.
Exactly. That's what's going to happen. And Famo, the tides are turning. That's going to happen soon because I got a question for you, chat. An interesting question. What happens when all these third-party companies, right, will stop signing exclusivity to Sony? What would y'all do? What are y'all gonna praise? What happens when all these third-party companies say we're out? We're not gonna do this anymore. Like Square did. They said we're out. We're gonna go multi-plat. You're not gonna fall for this. I mean, what are you guys gonna do at the end of the day when that happens? Because let me tell y'all something. Square took off. Square said goodbye. And now look what's happening. I see a lot of third-party devs starting to throw games over there on Xbox. We saw Kina coming down on Xbox. We saw Sifu going on Xbox. We're seeing what was the other one? Predator Hunting Grounds. Right now they're pumping it up to throw it on Xbox. Now we got Square coming to Xbox. All these third parties are taking off. They're saying, I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm out. I mean, I can't be locked in here because they're not buying games right now for us. They're just not. So what would you guys do when these companies start doing this at the end of the day? Because look, right, we all know what the numbers are and the truth, and we see it. Again, why do you guys think Sony started to port their games to PC? What do you guys think about that? It gets to a point where it reaches a stopping point for those games. It's not like for Nintendo Switch that Mario Kart keeps on selling, Mario Galaxy keeps on selling. If that happens, it would have been great. But right now on PlayStation, you want to know God of War's last number? I'll tell you God of War's last number. I had it right here. Let me tell you when was the last time they posted God of War sales numbers. Let me put God of War 2018 sales numbers. Let me see when was the last time they posted this. This article was put in, let me see, in 2022. 2022. The number, God of War unit sales global 2022. Globally, they were in 23 million units in 2022. God of War 2018. So God of War 2018 right then and there, stop right there. And there's still money they can bank for this game. There's still some money they can bank. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to start sending it out. So now, you know what's going to happen, Mike? We're going to go to time exclusives. Time exclusives is going to be, okay, Xbox, it comes out first. Down the way, they're going to put it over there. PlayStation comes out first. Down the way, they're going to put it over there. That's what's going to come to. That's what's going to come to. They ended on PC with Xbox, and down the way to the other consoles. They ended on PC and PlayStation, and down the way to the other consoles. Why they ended on PC? Because they have all the millions of players out there. But in order for that to work for PlayStation, they got to take down the damn PSN thing or fix it so people can buy the game, be able to access it, and play it. Be able to access it and play it. Because still to this day, I cannot play Helldivers 2, God of War, God of War Ragnarok, Ghost of Tsushima 2. I cannot play them. It's been blocked. Neither Concord. A game that I was literally telling everyone, hey, I saw a lot of people throw slander to this game. I saw that when it came out. I told people, please go out there, play the game, try it out since they're an open beta, see if you enjoy it. If you enjoy it, hey, you love it, buy it. If you don't, cool. Go ahead and try it out. I can have a PlayStation, Mike, but I just cannot buy it on Steam, bro. I cannot buy it on Steam. I cannot, which sucks. 180 countries around the world cannot buy it. You know what they're forcing me to do, Mike Johnson? They're forcing me to go buy a PS5, put my open up a PS account, because that's what I don't understand, though, Mike Johnson. Why is it so easy to buy a game on PlayStation? And literally, the PlayStation is right there. I mean, I'm putting a finger at this right there. I can look at it with my eye right here. It's sitting on a spot. Why is it so easy for me to turn on my PS5, buy a code on Amazon, type in the code on the PlayStation, right? And go buy Helldivers nice and easy over there. But when I come to Steam, why is it not available for me to Steam? And they're right next to each other. They're right next to each other. What the Sony's trying to do is forcing me to go buy a console, right, to play a game. But what happened, Mike Johnson, if I was just a PC gamer? I don't play consoles anymore. And all I have my PC, I buy the controls, and that's it. But I don't play on consoles anymore. And I'm a part of those 180 countries. What do you think I'm going to do? You think with $500 I can use to upgrade my PC, buy more RAM or buy SSDs to make more space? You think I'm gonna go out there and buy a console that's gonna cost me in one of those countries? I don't know how much it costs, but here, for example, it costs 30,000 pesos to 35,000 pesos, right? That's how much a PS5 costs here, right? And also buy the game. Let's say that's an extra, what's the extra? For $40 for the game, and pay for the PS Plus for me to play the game. When I got a PC that all I gotta do is buy the game, I already spend my money in there and play it. Why the hell am I gonna spend that money just to play that one game? It's insane. I mean, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. Sony went out there and blocked this. They suck with it. And that's why I told you guys why Helldivers was a failure. One of the best games those guys released this year. Best games, selling like nuts. 480,000 players playing it. And you know what's funny though, Mike? I don't know why they did not buy Arrowhead. I would have bought Arrowhead for way more cheaper than what Bungie cost. That's one. Two, with that money that they spent on Bungie, I would have figured out a way for people to sign in a PSN account and play, right? And play Helldivers on Steam. That's what I would have done with the rest of that money instead of spending it all on Bungie, which went nuts. Wukong already made Chinese buy a PS5. It works. Cygnus, I went to look into sales and I did a little bit of digging, and the biggest order was for 700 consoles. That was their biggest order for 700 consoles. So yeah. And not only that, Cygnus, there's 635 million gamers out there in China, just in China alone, and majority game on PC. That's why you saw them sales, Cygnus, reach 10 million in a couple days, and it was 8.4 estimated just on Steam. The rest are divided in what's it called? The rest are divided in Epic Store and PlayStation. That's the rest, because the others, it's a GeForce Now. It's a GeForce Now. You can play it on GeForce Now. Do you have to buy the game in GeForce Now, famo? Because I haven't used GeForce.
You can buy Steam GeForce Now. You can buy, yeah.
What I'm saying is you can buy the game in GeForce. To play the game, you got to buy the game in GeForce Now or just pay the $18.
You have either on Steam, you can buy it. GeForce Now, you can buy it.
No. My question is, by you playing the 18 months for not the 18
months. Yeah. I'm playing. Yes, that's how I'm doing it.
Oh, you're just playing. Okay, you only paid the 18. You're playing it. Okay.
Yes, the reason why, because I don't want to play on my little 27-inch monitor, bro. I want to play on my 65-inch OLED. So with GeForce Now Ultimate, I can play that game with all the bells and whistles on my TV.
Exactly. It's like on how I tell everyone out there, right? I tell everybody says, "Oh, you can't play it on Xbox."
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
I'm doing it.
I got an option to play it if I wanted to.
The reason why I wanted to do that, because it goes back to what Xbox really is.
Yep.
It really is a gaming PC.
Yep.
The original Xbox was a secret PC that Microsoft code name for it to be in a console space. That's all it was. It's birthed from PC. Xbox is DirectX. If you want to know what DirectX is, DirectX means graphics. There's not a lot of people in this world that can mess with Microsoft when it comes to graphics. Their old version of ray tracing, they gave that to NVIDIA. The Activision Cloud, they gave that to Ubisoft. They don't need these inferior things from other companies. Microsoft damn near has the best stuff around. That Azure Cloud, it may not be the biggest, but it's the most versatile cloud. You can do almost anything you want to do in it.
And keep going, fam. I was going to jump into the next.
Go ahead, what you gonna say?
I was going to jump in right away to the next topic because, man, that next
topic. That's what I was just going to go to. Tencent moving away from Japan, Lou.
Exactly. That's
the crazy part about this is why we did this show tonight.
Yep.
Because what a lot of people don't know is that me and Lou was talking, and we now come to the conclusion before this even came out. We said, you know, Wukong has come behind the veil with China's support to a degree that if you really look at this, the Chinese empire, when it comes to gaming, needs none of us. The Chinese gamers don't even have to play an hour of our games. They, along with their people, can take care of whatever they drop as a country. They have enough people to always make sure their games succeed. And what they're doing with Black Myth Wukong is amazing because, you know, over here, we got these people who walk around all day long trying to steer the direction of gamers in America on how they should think and how they should act. But the Chinese gamers are just gaming. You think these Chinese gamers know these people? No. Regular Joes in America don't even speak about these guys. Everybody's on. There is no celebrities on YouTube like that to where you see them in the Xbox streets. They're not like that. You know, the most funniest thing that happened this year was when Cody Eastwood was upset about Jeff Keighley. We're talking about Cody Eastwood. We're not talking about a Denzel Washington. We're not talking about a Tom Hanks. We're talking about Cody Eastwood. Now, I don't like Jeff Keighley like that, but I respect him enough to understand that he has a platform to where it's open to the public for gamers. That's where I respect him. Also, Jeff Keighley's name is worldwide. Cody Eastwood, nobody even in my city knows who Cody Eastwood is. He's not realistic like that. And only in this little algorithm world he exists. And that's all of us. None of us are big time. None of us are big time. None of us. I don't care if your YouTube channel is big or small. None of us. Until you're getting checks that are 60,000, 70,000, 80,000 above, it doesn't flatter me. You got to be putting in work to get that. Jago6 is right. Tencent is backed by the Chinese government 100%. You are exactly right. And Jago, you want to know the mystery about Tencent? I'm about to make Lou smile on this one.
Yep.
You remember
I talked about
when I used to say the only things when I used to say this generation is an advantage for Microsoft for one reason. The technology is advancing. Why is that giving Microsoft an advantage? Because Microsoft is called a big tech company. It's technology. Do you want to know what Tencent is called? It's called a technological company.
Yep.
It is one of the biggest in China. So you're talking about a company that understands technology. Tencent is very, very powerful. It stands at a big $400 billion wallet. It decimates Sony. And I told Lou last week, I said, you know, what they did with Wukong, I think they're sending a signal. What did I say? To Sony. And then here we get an article that Tencent is shutting down its what? Japan Studios.
No, it's not that. No. It's not shutting down its Japan Studios. You know what they said? Because listen, after the whole Wukong situation happened, I remember talking about this on Monday, right? I said, if Tencent starts to focus on itself,
it's going to be a problem.
It's going to be a problem for Sony. It's going to be a huge problem for Sony and for everybody. So what's funny is that next week I'm going to do a show with Purple Haze because we covered this a little bit on Wednesday, and Sablo was doing, you know, what he does, right? But me and Purple kind of got into it.
Shout out to Sablo.
And Purple, I sent her something yesterday. And Purple said, remember I told you guys this on the episode on Wednesday? I told you guys that if Tencent starts to focus on that, they're going to pull away from what they're investing on the other studios. And guess what happened on Thursday? On Thursday, they started to pull away. And guys, Visions of Mana released on a Thursday. And it died today like it was nothing because Tencent started to pull away. That studio got shut down. It got diminished right away. That for me is a power move. You know why it's a power move? Because listen to this. The game was made, the game was released. You got the game already going out there trying to make its money. They said, oh, we don't care, we're out. We will focus on over here because here's where the big bucks are right now. That's what they're doing.
It.
That's it. Here's where the big bucks, and now we got the support from the Chinese government. We got support from all the stuff because I know they didn't have the support in the beginning. Tencent had a lot of problems, but now, you know, after a couple things that happened and everything, they sit down, you know, got everything done, China happy, China said, okay, let's go for it. Now they got support, and look at them now. Look at them shine. When in gaming history have you ever seen work? They put a piece of, this was how they put a piece of paper, put it on the door, you know, and say, hey, go play Black Myth Wukong today. No problem. Here's the money. Go play it. That's what they did. They gave them the money to go buy the damn game. Those guys went and buy the damn game and played it all day. 2 million on Steam. They broke record. If you guys don't wake up, I'm telling y'all, and I've been saying not only to my Spanish friends here, I've been saying that since 2022, 2021. I've been telling them, y'all keep an eye on Tencent. That's a monster. It's growing. Now,
you know what's the world's grossing gaming company?
Yep,
it generates 30 billion in revenue. 30.
It's number one, and Sony is not number one anymore.
Nope.
Sony is at number 2, and Microsoft is close to gaining on Sony. Real close.
Yep.
And just to let you all know, wake up because it's happening. It's happening. And this company, all they are is a software company. They don't have a console because all I hear is, well, they don't have a console, so who cares about them? Oh, you don't care about them. Where's the money being made? In the software. This is why Microsoft opened up. This is why Square opened up. This is why Sony has opened up to PC now is pointing against Nintendo. This is why these companies are open up because it's where the money is being made. While y'all focus on sales, keep on focusing on console sales. Keep on praising them console sales. Keep on enjoying them. Keep on saying, oh, man, these console sales are awesome. They're beautiful. But what happens if Tencent goes out there and makes a hardware? What do you think is going to happen?
Yep.
If Tencent makes a hardware, you know what they're going to do? They're going to block PlayStation out of there. They're going to block them. They're going to block Nintendo out of there if they do make a hardware.
What Jago just said. That was it. I put that up today. That they use Windows now in their computers. Exactly.
Yeah.
That Microsoft is the only one that slipped through the door. Remember, we had that. We talked about that today.
Yes, sir.
On Twitter X. It's true.
Yep, and Jago6 putting on a point right there. They're so worried about Microsoft that Tencent showed them who really rules the gaming industry, and they just showed you how much power they have. That was a power move, chat. If you guys don't wake up and see this, start waking up.
It's facts. Look at that.
That was a power move. I mean,
that's facts. They had to get control of the West. That's right. And so they did.
They did.
So they wanted to come out here, touch up on a few things. And last but not least, we got COD beta tonight, people.
Yep.
Me and Lou is going to be on it right after this show.
Yep.
Lou, you have a special announcement to make to the people about what me and you are doing. Yep. And you guys, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. For those
yes, sir. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you watch it whenever you can. But we're going to get on Call of Duty after this. And you guys can come and watch us have some fun on Call of Duty as well.
Yeah, we're going to go play some COD beta, baby. That's what we're doing. Because I even asked today, with all the drama going on around there, I even asked everybody on Twitter, where are my Call of Duty Black Ops 6 players at? Come on, bring in the clips. Bring in the clips. I was waiting for them clips. Nobody posted a clip. I felt sad because everybody was focused on the whole drama out there, man. Shame. But no worries. I'm going to be posting clips of me playing the game. That's what I'm going to do. I'm posting on Twitter. I'm posting on YouTube. I'm going to be having fun with Call of Duty Open Beta. Right now, not open beta, it's the early access beta, right? Because I confused it with the open beta.
That's right.
Yep. But we're gonna have some fun, fam. That's what we're gonna do. And so the announcement is, guys, me and New Legal. I said this once here on the show. We have partnered up. We're going to be doing shows together. Me and him, we're going to be doing shows together. Once he says, Lou, I'm heading in tonight. Okay, I'm available. Let's go. We're going to do this. We're going to do our shows together. We're going to do it, me and him. We're going to sit here and have some fun. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to come out here, speak the truth and nothing but the truth. That's what we're going to do right out here. Now, I'll be on tomorrow, man. I'll be on tomorrow because we're gonna talk about some Call of Duty tomorrow, man. We gotta talk about some Call of Duty. That's how
I just feel like with Lou, he's a hard worker. I feel like with Lou, he knows how to generate energy, keeps himself up. Di-RRec Gaming will always be a multi-gamer seat channel, meaning that the homies that have been here with me, they're always here with me. A lot of them work their butts off in real time. And when we get together, we come out here to have a good time. The thing with Lou is, Lou reached out to me. Lou had a vision of unity. He feels like there's a lack of unity within good Xbox YouTubers that are built from the ground up organically, that don't coattail nobody, that can stand on their own. They might get overlooked because of that stuff. And we feel like, you know, as more of us get out here, we need to start supporting more of us and build this thing up, because the Xbox community is a real community. So this is just something that we felt we need to do to set an example, set a good example that you find somebody that you can be compatible with, you find somebody you can bounce your energy off of, get with each other and make good content, have good discussions with Xbox communities, man, because we need more of this. And I think that the people over in my chit chat community, Lou, agree with what I'm saying. They love you, man. You've been here ever since we had that talk a long time ago when you invited me on your channel. It may not have worked, but we brought you over here and we collaborated over here until further notice. But hey, it is what it is. At least you're here. And look, man, you know that we've been doing this for a little bit. So I have a lot of fun with you, man. The guys have a lot of fun with you, man. Thanks for being a part of Di-RRec Gaming, and I'm proud that I'm a part of Xbox International. That's why, guys, I every now and then I reach out to Eternal Shada or any of his crew members. They know they can come over here. It's just it's to give Crazy Lou some familiarity, you know, bring some of his family so he can vibe, so he doesn't have to feel left behind just because he's out here with my family. So just doing things like that, y'all. So I hope that you guys enjoy that, enjoy us coming out. He's doing a fantastic job in the morning. I'm so proud of you, Lou. First line of defense when it comes to some good news in the morning. You come out there and just talk some games, and you're getting some good topics in, allowing the streets to speak to you. I think that's a good thing to do, man. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. And thank you all once again for coming out to see us. Lou, let them know where they can find you at, and we can get on out of here, brother.
All right, fam. You get that. Got chat. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. It was awesome. It was fantastic. You can find me simple and easy. Good morning, Crazy Louie, Mondays to Saturdays. Just send the Louis signal. I need Soundblow to make me Louis signal. I need a Louis signal, you know, like Batman, have a Crazy Lou logo right there. Louis signal, good morning coming up. You know, I need to make it so I can post it when I'm heading out. You know, that's all I need, just a Louis signal. That's it. I need that. It's because I'm getting tired of taking picture of coffee mugs and everything. I mean, nobody's taking a praise of that. The Louis signal would be a cool thing. So yes, on Twitter, Crazy Lou Gaming. On Tuesdays, Xbox Factory Podcast over there, Double Barrel Gaming YouTube channel, and Wednesdays, Xbox International Podcast at 7 p.m. ET with Salbo, The Big Plume, and Silent Cypher. I'll send you all the link in just 1 second so you guys can join it. And that's what we do. That's what we do.
Shouts to the Black Air Force squad that I'm in. Shouts to Xbox Battlegrounds, my second family. And shout out to the DX Mansion, man, that's been here 6 years strong.
Yeah, I gotta fix that, Cygnus. I don't know how I can unblock you. They blocked you, man. I gotta fix that over there. But I don't know. I don't know what the happened. I don't know what. I have some moderators, man. They just, man, I don't know. I gotta chill them out a little bit.
This is what I'm gonna say, and we're gonna get out of here. To all my PlayStation fans out there, man, to all the people that I enjoy on the PlayStation side of things, y'all know it's all fun and love with me, man. Y'all know y'all can always throw jabs and poke at me just like I poke at y'all, man. We do this because we've been doing this. We know that it's nothing serious. We know that it's not nothing, crazy. We look at the other crazies and we just laugh at them. But Cygnus is a PlayStation guy. He's strong on the PlayStation guy. He has his opinions about his platform. And he can come here and throw his flag up because he knows how to be here. He doesn't disrupt the channel. He doesn't do none of that. But he has some points that can be taken in consideration. Just like Mike Johnson tonight had some points that we all can take into consideration and have the conversation about. So I appreciate you guys as well. Y'all continue to keep showing support to one another. And listen, man, always keep it gaming. Y'all know where I'm about to go with this. Never take anything from anybody, and don't let nobody take your extra man. Everybody deserves a second chance in life. Yo, this has been the New Legal, representing Di-RRec Gaming, Crazy Lou, Xbox International, and yo, we're out of here. We're here to bring the streets back to gaming and gaming back to streets. See y'all later. Happy Labor Day, y'all. Be safe. God bless. We out of here. Peace.
Cygnus, you've been unblocked.